Okay, so yeah, you've done a interesting thing here, but I mean, an admirable first attempt. What you've done here is you've basically stuck these two meshes together, which is completely unnecessary. And the easiest way to solve this, I think, is just to completely nuke them. And I'll show you how to really do it. So first off, we'll start by selecting these two and these two here. And we'll create a new mesh. You do this by selecting all the vertices and pressing F. And don't worry about the UVs, we'll get to that. There's probably a faster way of doing this, where you can just select the whole thing. Oh, and you can press H to hide shit. That's a helpful tool. If I do this, oops. Yeah, you get that, which is not what we want, so I'll do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. And as you can see that these faces are facing the wrong way. That's okay, so we can fix that. I do the shift, hold down shift, and I just want to deselect these few here. You hold down control, select the box, and release. That makes this job slightly easier, since we still need to select the two previous ones. And you can press Alt Z for like X-ray view. That's another helpful tool. And so we're just gonna make a new mesh out of these. Oops, these things here. And was that right? Yep. You can press Control Z to undo, and Control Shift Z to redo. That's another helpful tip. Alright then. Is that correct? Nope. Oops, we made a mistake there. Still have this thing selected. Yeah, you can use the X-ray thing to select hard to reach spots. Oops, I did it again. Fuck. Okie doke. Hopefully it was going to be huge for this file, but oh well. I'm doing this for you, Xeno, so that you can become an excellent master smith someday, just like me. Alright. Oops. Alright, now I finally fucking have it. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna just select that entire mesh here. We got right. Okay, now it's gonna cause some problems with the inner mesh, which we want separate. Yeah, because we don't want that. We just want this thing. Actually, now we can just fix it later. We'll just do the quick and dirty way. So we'll select all these. Like this. And then we want to separate. So you press P, and then by selection. Alright, now we've got this thing, and ooh, hold on. No way, I have to fix this. And since we don't want the top bits, we just want the outside bits. We'll just select all of those, press P selection again, that'll cut off the top ones, and we'll do the same with the bottom. Selection, and this thing. So we select the whole thing, you press U, and unwrap. And obviously that's not what we want, but right now. So that's our UV, that's this thing. And the faces are wrong, you press Shift N, and that'll usually fix it. If not, you go to Mesh, Normals, and flip. That'll flip them if Shift N doesn't work. And so just to demonstrate that, normals flip, so it'll invert them. So we've got that for now, and we'll just change the material here to what we want. That'll do for now. And we'll hide that. And to reconnect these things with each other, you go join. And if we want to make sure that they're all properly connected, you go Alt-M, and this is merge, so by distance. And if you've got that, it'll remove all the ones that are basically occupying the same space. So we press Alt-H to unhide. We just want to get rid of this thing, so no. And for this thing, the best way to do this, I think, would be to basically separate everything into separate pieces. So, just for the sake of simplicity. So go that, and when we press U, it'll unwrap. So this is our texture here. And what we want to do to make it, we can stretch it out to make it look like real furs, but if we want to do a really good job of it, you can make this thing like properly shaped. We do this by separating this like this, and going align, not align, align Y, there we go. And you press G to move it. In which case you can just spread this out like this. You press S to scale it, and X to move it along the X-axis, and Y to scale along the Y-axis, which we can't do here because they're flat. And you press SX, and it'll spread it out like that. It's not exactly what we want though. It's still stretched weird, probably because of the... Oops. The shapes. So the best way to do this is, you'll have to forgive me here while I figure this out. I'll probably do make everything an equal yeah, ideally that'd be straight, but I guess that's good enough, yeah. And we'll be a bit lazy with this, and I will duplicate it and stick it over here. I think, is it the same? Oh, I see, so it's not even. Alright, we can fix this. So if we want all these things to align, get rid of these things first. P to select them, just to get them out of our way. That bit down. This video is going to be huge. I don't know how I'm going to upload it. So we'll select all these things here, and this as well actually. We press SX, it'll align them to the center, which is not what we want. We want SY to align them to the Y-axis. And we'll do the same here. Oops. Actually, no, we don't want that with this one. And these things are inverted, which we can fix easily, of course. But yes, now we'll just SY0 will align everything to a single point, scaling them to 0 along the Y-axis. Great. With that done, oh, did that actually work? Or did we miss a spot? I think we missed some bits. Yeah, it looks like we did. That's better. Now we'll just duplicate this, slide along here, go shift in, which isn't what we want, so that didn't work, so we'll just flip the normals, and there we go. Oh, and we didn't align this thing either. That's also okay, because there's another fast easy fix for that too. So we'll just join these two, and since our feathers are going to be thinner than the metal, we'll press X, S, Y, and we'll just squeeze them closer together so you can see that the metal is wider than the feathers. And to fulfill those ends, we'll select the whole thing, press F, press F. If we want to fix these single UVs here for the singular things, you just press U, unwrap, and we'll get them both here. And we can basically just stretch them out. Maybe not quite that much. Yeah, and they basically fit in nicely. And to fix these, we'll go Shift N, A to select all, and then Shift N. And there we go. And one thing you can do to reduce the amount of space an armor takes up is to have all the materials as a singular mesh. So you can do this by joining the entire mesh. Join, select all, and then P select by material. And it'll automatically join all the materials together by their same classification. The one thing to keep in mind is that when you join all, it'll merge the modifiers, and that can be really annoying, so make sure you've got your modifiers sorted before you join all. And yeah, that's everything, I think. So yeah,